Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to search for some devices on our network, and we're going to add them to eVue, to the eVue system. So we're going to use Ether1 Discovery first. All right, when we click on Devices and Ether1 Discovery, you'll see a little box that shows all of your available network interface cards. I have here an Ethernet connection, obviously, and a Wi-Fi connection. I don't need to discover switches on our Wi-Fi network, so I'm going to use just Ethernet, and I'm going to click Discovery. And very quickly, we have a list. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 switches on my little network here, and only one of them has an edit button. So what this screen is for for finding on your network your newly installed switches. All right, and the way that eVue thinks that a switch is newly installed, it's going to look for the IP address. The default IP address for Ethernet switches is 192.168.1.10. All right, so once I'm here, I can very quickly, if I know the MAC addresses of the newest switches on my network, I can click the edit button. And now I can change my IP address to something, whatever my network system is set up as. All right, so when I change the IP address, I can change the subnet, I can change the default gateway, and I will click Update. So now I have the .1.60 switch that I just changed to, and according to the eVue software, all of my devices have compatible IP addresses. That is to say, nothing is default. Okay, so having assigned all of the switches to compatible IP addresses for my network, next thing we're going to do is we're going to use the search function. All right, the search lets you do an IP range search. All right, to find switches within a given IP range. It's pretty standard. Now I'm going to do a search 192.168.1.1 from 192.168.1.230. That's fine. I'm going to click the search button. This will take a second. And there they are. Okay, it's just going to be the same five switches. We get a little bit more information now. All right, using the same IP address, same as before. We can now see the system name. We can see the MAC address. We can see the Ether1 series number of the switch. We can see the firmware version that it's running, and now there's an add button. List status. This means we're going to basically add these switches into the eVue system, so eVue will stop to manage. What does that mean? Well, right now on our home screen, which is the first screen that comes up when we run the program, there's supposed to be a topology view. Because I haven't added any switches to eVue yet, that topology view is empty. So we're going to go back to my list. Oh, sorry, not list. Search. Here, so I go back to my search screen, and I'm just going to click the add button. Bang, 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 and bang. All right. So now, if I go back to the home screen, we will see all of the switches on my network.